in her room doing her homework. Oh, did I tell you she got her license?
Oh, did she?
Yeah, Jayla
Oh,
is
all
driving.
that driving, all paid off.
Man, she felt that parallel parking twice. I was sitting up there like, Jay, we done practiced this parallel parking 100 times, and she does it when we're in the car together. She's
Yeah.
rolling, bang,
I
bang,
mean, you probably can't parallel park.
huh?
You probably can't parallel park.
Whatever, man.
I'm just,
This ain't the way
I'm
you
just
got a
saying.
parallel park here in the Philadelphia area. But yeah, so we were doing it. Man,
Doing it.
first
He
time she
LL
goes
Cool
to
J Deiron, he just doing it well.
Doing it.
first time
Oh man.
she backs in, gets the car halfway in. I was like, you never did that when we practiced. How did you miss that? So I was like, all right, come on. They failed her immediately. We went back out there again, practice. She was killing it. I was like, Jayla, I don't know what else I can teach you because it's over.
Right,
Second
right,
time
right.
she goes, guess what she does? Hits the damn barrel. I'm like, you never. They let you practice on their facilities when the facility is closed. So we were up there practicing with the barrels. Never hit the barrel ever, not once. Get to the doggone test, hit the damn barrel. But finally, on the third try was a charm. She finally got it perfect. The guy said, you did it perfectly. And then she went out for the road test and everything was all good. So she's a driver now. My kid's growing up too
All right,
fast.
Jayla. All right, hold on, wait. Let's give her that.
Awesome!
Hey, the
Awesome!
Give her another awesome. Getting that license. I remember that day, that feeling. Oh
Yeah. Now she's driving to school.
man, that feeling. It's a beautiful feeling.
Uh-huh.
anybody watch any of your combine so far this week?
Oh, they
Ah,
started?
speaking of the comp, yes, they did. I'm glad you said that. Chris Olave said he would love to play for the Browns. He said we are a great organization.
I mean, I would love to have him, but I really want us to get Wilson.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hey,
Big
remember
Drake.
that conversation we had? I said,
Yeah, you were
remember,
right.
I said Garrett Wilson will go top 10, and
You
it's
absolutely
looking
correct.
like,
It's looking like people might
yeah,
snatch him up.
Yeah,
people was,
Drake London, and Garrett Wilson might be gone by the time we pick.
yeah,
Ah,
yep, yep,
that
yeah.
stinks.
Drake London getting a lot of love too now. Yep,
That's a
and
big dude, man.
it's only gonna get better if they show out at their at the combine and then at the
Yep.
pro days. Yeah, it's just only gonna get better.
Yep.
Yeah,
6'5", 200 something, bro. Drake London, that man,
yeah,
he gonna be a beast. He
yeah.
gonna be a monster, and he physical as hell. So that's the best receiver in the draft. I would love to get Drake London, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Yep. We'll have to
All
have
right.
our
So
draft talk.
I know, right? We definitely will. All right. So to stick with the sports theme, y'all. Got another question, and I'm gonna shout out Willie for this. Willie gave me this idea back at work, so I brought it to y'all. Um, Green Bay Packers. They've had for the last 2 decades, they've had some really great historical quarterbacks. One Brett Favre and one Aaron Rodgers. So my question is, both of them played a long time, both over a decade each. Both of them only have brought one title to the Cheeseheads. But I want to know which version of the Packers, with Brett Favre and with Aaron Rodgers, who was more successful during their tenure with Green Bay. And I'm gonna start this one off. Y'all. So I looked up some numbers, of course, and let's just go ahead and do the comparison. Let's line them up. Brett Favre. So he went 188 and 114. So that's a 62 win percentage. He threw for 62 completion percentage, 238 yards per game, 7 yards per average. He threw for 508 total touchdowns and 336 total interceptions. We know he gunslinger. We know he threw a lot of those picks.
That was okay back in the
day. He got sacked 525 times. All right. Now let's go to his playoff numbers. Playoff numbers. Brett Favre, 13-11, 54%. 61% completion percentage in the playoffs, 244 yards per game in the playoffs, 7.4 average in the playoffs, 44 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, sacked 36 times. All right. Let's go to Aaron Rodgers' body of work. Him in the regular season. He went 140. Well, he's still playing. He is 142-70 and one tie. 67% win percentage. So that's already higher than Brett Favre. 65% completion percentage. That's higher than Brett Favre. 7.8 average per throw. That's higher than Brett Favre. 260 yards per game. That's higher than Brett Favre. 449 touchdowns. 93 interceptions. You already see the big difference. One is just I don't care who's defending my receivers. I'm chucking it. And the other one, he ain't throwing, I ain't throwing no interception. Anyway, sacked 498 times. All right, now Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. So I told you Brett Favre was 13-11. Aaron Rodgers 12-10. It's crazy how similar and that's crazy. 65% completion percentage in the playoffs, 7.6 per average per throw, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, sacked 55 times. Now, here is where I really buckled down to see Brett Favre with the Packers 2-2 in NFC Championship games. Aaron Rodgers 1-4. One more thing I looked. I wanted to see during their tenures how many number one seeds they both acquired while they were playing. Brett Favre, he got it one time, the number one seed, one time. The one time he got it, he won the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, since he started in 2008, he's had the number one seed 3 times. 3 times. And he's never won the Super Bowl with the number one seed. So those are my stats that I just wanted to lay out for the people to hear. And I'll just answer this like this. Aaron Rodgers, his teams were more successful than Brett Favre, but they were also more disappointing than Brett Favre's teams. That's how I'll answer that question. Dr. Extraordinaire, go ahead, bro.
Brett Favre put Green Bay on the map. Before Brett Favre got there, Green Bay was a pretty bad team. So he turned that, and so that record that you had said, that's reason why his record was that way, because they were a bad team when he started, as opposed to when Aaron Rodgers started, they weren't necessarily a bad team. But I mean, that's not too much of an excuse. However, but that could be a term for the record.
Sure.
Yeah, it does. I'm just going off of the fact that what Aaron Rodgers has done since he's been starting for the Green Bay Packers, it's been great. It's been amazing, regular season wise. And then in the playoffs, I don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the team ain't that team anymore in the playoffs, especially when you get to that NFC divisional title game or whatever. They can't win it. I feel like Brett Favre was more successful than Aaron Rodgers. I know Aaron Rodgers' numbers are better. I know Aaron Rodgers been in more divisional games. Brett Favre literally built. He built Green Bay. He's part of the reason why Green Bay has had the success that they. Yeah. So I looked. So how I did it was I looked at where they were when the two quarterbacks started. You get what I'm saying? Like, Brett Favre started in Atlanta, got traded to Green Bay. He had a couple bad games. The fans was booing him, and then he turns it around, and Green Bay has a winning season that year. I think they won six games straight in the '92 season, and they had a winning season. And ever since then, he broke all kinds of records. It was just nuts what Brett Favre was able to do with Green Bay from nothing, and then Aaron Rodgers basically just took that and elevated that, And Green Bay did bring in some great players to play beside Aaron Rodgers. They did bring in some great players to play aside from Brett Favre. It's really a tough question because neither one of them really succeeded in the end goal for real, which is winning multiple Super Bowls. Brett Favre got one, and I wish they would have had more. They had some great teams. To just get one Super Bowl, and you got teams that you have. I mean, come on, man! You got a guy named Tom Brady who won so much with New England, and and you got these two great quarterbacks that only got one, and they're at the top of the top quarterback lists of all time. I mean, it's just underwhelming to even have this conversation almost because these were great quarterbacks with great teams, and for them to have the playoff records that they have and the Super Bowl appearances that they have is just underwhelming. But to answer the question, I think Brett Favre had the most successful tenure as a Packer because of what he accomplished and what he built as a Green Bay Packer. And so, yeah, there you go.
All right, BJ.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get much argument here, except for one problem. One problem I have. Number one, going based on the question as it's written, who had the most successful career as their time in Green Bay? And in the end, I'm going to agree with you. Three, I think all of us agree it was probably Brett Favre. However, I'm going to turn it.
No, I didn't say Brett Favre.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. And
pay attention, man.
Who was the actual better quarterback? The actual better quarterback was Aaron Rodgers. They ain't close, okay? And I'm going to get to that in a second based on the stat. I don't have to reread the stats because I had my stats here as well, and you already read most of them, so it's all good. But here's the problem I had with Brett Favre. And even though I will have to give him the edge, he was more successful. They slurped him too much. I couldn't stand it. Just like if you ever watch Stephen A. on First Take, when he says, "Oh my gosh, it's all they do." I swear, every commercial, every game, it was this man can literally throw 5 interceptions. Oh, he's just a kid out there. He wants to have fun. And God rest his soul, the one who was the guiltiest of them all, John Madden. John Madden actually made me hate Brett Favre because he could never do any wrong. And I'm like, yo, this dude just threw like 3 picks. Yet he's just a little kid out there having fun. If this was any other quarterback with 300-something interceptions, even though he had over 500 touchdowns, we would have crucified that person. But because it was Brett Favre and because the media loved him.
In the 90s? You would have crucified him in the 90s? For having that many...
Say it again?
You would have crucified him in the 90s for having that many interceptions? Yes, that was a different time.
No, it's not a different time. No, I get it.
Yeah. No, what I mean by different time is a quarterback throwing an interception today as opposed to throwing an interception during that time, during that era.
No, that's my point. Should be worse now because they throw more now. You grew up towards the end of that era where we were still more of a running, throwing the ball 60 to 70 times a game was not the end thing. So he needed to take care of the football, and he didn't.
I'm talking about in terms of criticism. You know, if you throw 2 or 3 interceptions today, you getting crucified off top. Don't even matter what your name is or whatever.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
All right. Fair enough.
So like in the 90s, was it that crucial to throw 2 picks in the game and you get murdered? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Was it like that, or as long as you won a game, was it okay? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. So I just hated the media's love fest for Brett Favre. And that's what makes me think he was so overrated. Yes, he's got 71,000 yards throwing. Yes, over 500 touchdowns. I get all that. But it was just, I don't know. It just felt like the media loved him way more than what he was worth. Aaron Rodgers, like you all said, the most talented quarterback of the two. Yeah. Clearly Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is way more talented than, and obviously takes care of the football. 93 interceptions compared to over 336 for a career.
Right.
So we are absolutely on. I really know that Aaron Rodgers was the better quarterback. But the question did come down to one thing and one thing only: who was more successful? And it is such a shame that Aaron Rodgers has only been to 1 Super Bowl. How many did Brett Favre go to? Like you said, he was 2-2 in the NFC Championship games.
He went to 2 Super Bowls and won 1.
He went to
back years. He took his team back-to-back years.
Back-to-back years. Yep.
So I gotta get, because that's the whole point of the game. Get your team to the Super Bowl. As talented as you are, Aaron Rodgers, y'all know I had to move him out of my top 5 after that performance this year. I was so pissed off at him. I had him up there in one of the elites of the elite, and that. This year just brought him down. Maybe still in the top 10, but he's nowhere near the top 3 or 4 or 5 quarterbacks I had before I had him in that list. So the most successful, Brett Favre. But please don't slurp this dude no more. I hate to even say it. Now I feel like I'm slurping him like the media did back then, but I'm done. Brett Favre.
Yeah, I'm surprised with your answer, BJ. I just knew you were going to say Aaron Rodgers was more successful.
Yeah, but I had to look at the numbers, and I was like,
So let me give you another one. So, Aaron Rodgers has been to the playoffs 8 straight years, and then he got hurt. They missed the playoffs 2 years in a row, and then he's 3 straight again. Brett Favre's longest run was 6 years. Then they missed it like 2 or 3 years, and then he went 4 straight years. So it's just another stat to show Aaron Rodgers' consistency or inconsistency of not getting to the Super Bowl.
But
Aaron Rodgers got to get another ring.
How much of the blame can y'all put on these head coaches, though? How much blame should they get? Because they had some great teams, both of them. Both of them had some great teams.
I
don't know who Brett Favre's head coaches were after they won the Super. Who was Brett Favre's head coach after they lost to Denver? Because after they lost to Denver, he went on like a.
Did McCarthy come in there after that? How long was McCarthy?
McCarthy, I think.
McCarthy came in towards the end, in the beginning of Aaron Rodgers' career.
2000s, like the early to mid 2000s.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I got to go back and look it up. But
I
would say the coaches are at fault on some of the playoff runs. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes they didn't surround either with good defenses.
Yeah,
but these past few years with Aaron Rodgers, you've had
Aaron Rodgers ain't got no.
You had no excuse.
The last 2 years, no.
He's the best team in the NFL the last 2 seasons.
Best team in the NFL, MVP.
Yeah,
there's no reason for you to wet the bed.
Number 1 seed both years.
Turf. That's just inexcusable. And
then throw a temper tantrum.
Hard to win. It used to be hard to go to Green Bay and win in Green Bay. Now it's like oh yeah, we ain't worried about Aaron Rodgers. We ain't worried
about Aaron Rodgers. So I will. Don't get me wrong. There were some games like that one with the special teams blunder on the special teams blunder when the guy was supposed to be blocking and he went up for the ball. I think they cut him that next day too. But that was a huge blunder. That wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault. They got the ball. Seattle got the ball back, went on to score and go to and
right.
But
even in that game, but BJ, even in that game, that wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault. But even in that game, Green Bay only had 14 or 15 points at that time.
Exactly, that's true.
So
a lot of
at least Brett Favre's game elevated in the playoffs.
Exactly.
There you go. See, so more successful. Sorry, Brett Favre.
That's a good question, Derek. Does it? You're saying that in context to what? Oh wait, he just put another.
Do it matter that?
It just seems. Oh, here, BJ. I'll let you read this one first.
Does it matter that it's only 10 to 12 QBs with multiple Super Bowl wins?
And then he says it just seems harder to win in the NFL because it's a team game.
Well,
Yeah,
not really saying that that they needed to get to more Super Bowls or win more Super Bowls. It's just they had the opportunity to get there, and they didn't necessarily get there. What was the statistic on Aaron Rodgers in the NFC divisional game?
NFC championship game, 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4. He 1-4 in that 1-4 in that game. You know the next game after that.
Just compare it to Tom Brady. We know Tom Brady, the most successful player in the NFL history.
Right.
But like Tom Brady, his playoff record is astounding. And Derek, just to piggyback a little bit more, since Aaron Rodgers took over as a starter, Green Bay has had the most number one seeds in the NFC. So I mean, you got to capitalize on that, especially playing, like I said, when Brett Favre, like to your point, Dr. Extraordinaire, Brett Favre drove that narrative that the frozen tundra is hard. Like until Michael Vick did it in 2004, nobody was beating Green Bay when they played at home.
He got the most. Yep, he got the most home wins.
Yep.
Yes, nobody was beating Green Bay, and then Michael Vick did it, and then soon as Aaron Rodgers took over, that myth went away. It was a myth.
Yep.
It wasn't,
absolutely.
I'm scared to go in Green Bay. No, it was, we can beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
Yep. So yeah, and when you're comparing, the whole point of the question was also, just to wrap it up, is you've had two elite quarterbacks for 20 plus years.
Yes.
And you only have two Super Bowls
to show for it.
That's just astounding. The Browns, I just wanted to have 5 good years of quarterback play.
Just put it in context, BJ. Ben Roethlisberger in that time, he was a starter while Brett Favre was the starter and Aaron Rodgers was the starter. He has as many Super Bowls as Green Bay has in those two. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. And yeah, it's just sad.
Hey, let's say this: Matthew Stafford been on a good team for one season, and he already got a Super Bowl. He already matching Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. He might.
He's not better. So
right, he's not better. But you're right. You're right, Derek. It's hard to win in the NFL, except for if your name is Tom Brady.
True.